Hello, hi moms. This is Angela Johnson Ayers with Confessions of Mommy and Life Cannot Wait. And just for a quick mommy thought moment, moms, it is okay to push your children a little bit harder and to be greater. Now, I'm not saying there is a limit, of course, to everything. I'm not saying to go overboard. But what I'm applying that to is specifically when it comes to like schoolwork and homework. Many times your kids, depending on the school they go to, they may not get homework every night, or they may just get bare work. Maybe it won't take any more than 15 minutes to complete. It is nothing wrong with using all the other resources that are out here, and there are many free resources right online where you can go and get worksheets for children to work on and practice outside of just the homework that their teachers give them. I say this because children, and I watch even in my own, they may fuss, argue, and complain, but they have a capacity and a desire, believe it or not, in them to be pushed. And again, in a healthy way. When I use the word push, I like to even use the word encouraged. For those of you, and it doesn't matter what grade your child is, if they're in elementary, middle, or high school, you can go online and there are tons of free worksheets and material that you can print out, and they can even do online to enhance what they're already learning. Anytime a child comes home and says, "Mom, we don't have any homework," or "Dad, we don't have any homework," they should look at you and be like, "But I know you're going to give me some." Because that's what my children do. Look, not only am I a parent, I've been an educator for many years, and I've educated, I would say, safe to say, hundreds of children of various ages, from elementary school even on up to the college level. And one thing I have noticed, particularly with young people in this country, in the United States, is that the majority of them are not pushed to a point of excellence where they could be. And again, I'm not saying that you get out here and you push them where it's a detriment to them. But what I'm saying is they need to know that they can do more. Just because your teachers say you don't have homework tonight, oh no, you're going to read for 25 to 35 minutes. And depending on your age, it might be longer. And not only are you going to read, but we need to talk about it and do comprehension. Many people asked me what did I do for my children, because they are able to articulate and speak very well. My two girls have been verbal very early, and one is because I didn't talk a lot of baby talk. Now, I love to do baby talk, don't get it twisted, but I spoke a lot to them. Just like I'm talking to you, I talk to them. I also got some great advice from a woman, and she said, "Angela, if you're not in the room a lot of times, even while they're children, turn on talk radio and just let them hear the pronunciation of words." So that advice I'm going to give to those of you who are parents or mothers of young children. Let them hear words and speaking at a very young age so that they can phonetically and hear the phonetics of it. It's just like how children are easy to pick up a foreign language when they're younger. The brain is a sponge and can absorb so much. And so I did a lot of speaking to my children, and also as they got older, I had them repeat what I said. And I'm a big proponent and a big believer in phonics and sounding out words. I know many schools and some school districts today in the country have shied away a little bit from it. I'm big on phonics. And so what I'm saying to you is, if you are children who are a parent of young school age children, or they're just 1, 2, and 3, they can speak. You don't have to sit them in front of that TV all day. Do some work with them. They can do it. If you have children who are in middle school and junior high, this is when it really gets fun. You understand? Because now they can you can explain so much to them, and you can see their giftings more and their talents even more. So you can fine tune and you can hone in on what it is that you see that they're excellent in, or what God has put in them to become excellent. Striving and walking in excellence is not perfection. It's just doing the best that you can. And this is what I tell my two daughters. See, many times, and I tell especially Anna, the 9-year-old, because, honey, I tell her, look, I don't care how much you sit here and cry and complain, you're going to do this work, because she has a fit. And it trips me out, because I'm like, I pride myself on having educated many other people's children. But when it comes to my own, especially this 9-year-old, she loves to give me grief when it's homework time. But I told her, I don't care. You can have convulsion, foam at the mouth, throw yourself on the floor. I don't care. You're going to get this work done. I don't care if it's extra work. If your teacher said you don't have homework, you always have homework in the Ayers household. And then I also relayed to her the importance of schoolwork, particularly as an African American child. And this is why it's so important that we teach our children about their history, because it gives them more of a understanding and even an initiative, something to be proud of. Because I always quote to her, I'm always reciting poems to them, and one of them is with "Still I Rise" by Maya Angelou, and she in a part of the poem she says that I am the hope and the dream of the slave. And I tell my children, I said, do you understand that your great-great-great-grandparents would have been whipped and beat and killed if they were sitting here reading a book? You are the hope and the dream of the slave. They hoped, dreamed, prayed that one day their great-great-great-grandchildren would be able to read and write and have a better life. And you're sitting here, have a better life, have an opportunity where you don't have massa breathing over you, beating you if you learn anything. How dare you not want to be excellent? How dare you not want to speak as well as you can and read as well as you can and obtain math and science as well as you can? You owe it to your ancestors who died and bled and were whipped and raped. You owe it to them to do more than just what is expected of you. So what I say to you parents is you encourage your children. One, push them to go further. There are too many resources out here online, in the library, from elementary, preschool on up to college, where they don't have to just come home, do 10 minutes of schoolwork, and then be done. Second of all, encourage your children. Let them know the struggles of their ancestors. Let them know what they went through. Let your children know that they came from powerful people, kings and queens and royalty, and how dare them shame the throne? How dare they shame their ancestors by not taking advantage of the education that is so freely given today? Greatness is not, there is no option. Like, you're going to excel. And see, greatness, the word greatness is relative. I'm not saying that my children have to graduate from Harvard or Yale to top of their class, but what I'm saying is you should be able to compete at your highest level, and knowing that you have done the best that you can do. So parents, I encourage you to push your children a little further. Now, there are some of you parents, you have probably gone to an extreme with this pushing, and then you need to evaluate and say, okay, what do I need to maybe fall back on just a little bit? But remember, excellence is different from perfection. So look, moms, I just wanted to share that with you, that it is okay to push and encourage your children to be better than what they are. There are too many resources out here for our children to be mediocre. And I'm sick and tired of hearing the statistics showing that our children, particularly in the United States of America, are so far behind other young people in other parts of the world. It's no excuse for that. We are the freest country in the world, but yet we are so slow and so bound by in education. And it's just ridiculous. And it starts in the home. So until then, you all be blessed. Check out my website, AngelaJohnsonAyers.com. And hey, look, Mother's Day is coming up. Pick up a copy of my book, Laughter Pills for Moms.